this video, we're going to start a new project and create a roundabout with 3 streets coming in and out of it in less than 10 minutes. So we're going to start a brand new project and import a set of points into it, make a 10 out of those points, and then just randomly pick a location on screen for where it's going to go. The name of the drawing is going to be RA for roundabout. We're going to put it in a folder called RA. We're going to let that folder contain the files, have the coordinate file be ra.crd. We're going to go select the file. And it's called roundabout. This is just a random point file that we're going to use for this purpose. And we're not going to get too sophisticated in how we massage the profiles and those type of things, but just to show you how you can set this up. So we're going to bring in a range of the points out of this file, not quite 2,900 points, and just make a quick 10 out of those. And we're not going to focus too much on how the mechanics of making the 10 work and those type of things. You can look at other videos for that. We're also going to make use a pre-made typical section or a template for this. But you can see the points are on screen now. We're going to go to triangulate and set that file to be called EG for existing ground. And we're not going to contour it. We're just going to go ahead and make the 10 and then use it. So we'll draw contours off and OK that. And we'll go select the points and make the 10. 10 is made. And we're going to set ourselves on the center line layer, and we're going to draw in 2 circles and 3 lines coming in and out of those circles to represent. The inner one's going to be the roundabout. The outer one's just going to be several intersections just to illustrate how things work. And you can see I'm just using the circle command here to draw the 2 circles, one with a radius of 60, one with a radius of 300. And I'm going to use a command to convert those into polylines just by picking them here, so I can use them as alignments in the road network. And now I'm going to draw the other 2 lines in and out, and then one more coming from the center going out. And we'll use these 5 lines as the basis for our road network. So I did bring the points in the survey module. All of this work could be done in Civil. We would need no commands out of any other module to do what we're doing here. So we'll go to road network. We'll call this network RA for roundabout. And we're going to go ahead and go into settings and set the existing surface to the one that we just made. Set the output to final for the final 10. And we'll set the merged 10 to be named merge. This is going to merge the final and the existing together. And then a stakeout file, in case we wanted to stake this roadway out in serve.ce, we'll create that too. And for now, first pass, we're not going to tie it to existing. We're just going to create the roads and see what they look like. So all we have to do is set up the 5 streets. And you can see that most of the naming and things is going to get done for us. So we're going to go pick the outside line first, and we'll call this one outside. And that creates an outside profile. I'll show you what it looks like. Just goes a straight line end to end on the existing ground, and we're not going to be changing the profiles for these. I just want to show you what happens. So we're not going to spend a lot of time fine-tuning the profiles, although you could. And on the circles, what you would just want to make sure you do is come in and out of them at the same grade, so you don't get a sharp bend in them. We're going to attach a template that we've already created for another job, and here that is. If you want to see videos on creating templates, we have those on the YouTube channel. And here you go with the second one. Inside, we'll call that. And what you'll see is it will remember that template and just use it going forward. So it's already attached. We'll look at the profile quick here again, end to end. In this case, just a flat profile. And now we'll add those two streets in. First, we got to trim out the interior here. So we'll just run the trim command and select the inner circle and trim those two pieces out, or three pieces out. And now we'll just call these R1, R2, and R3 for these. Now what I want you to notice is as soon as I've picked R1, it's finding some intersections and it establishes the grade for the profile to go through those intersections, which is automatically happening. And if I drag over the profile, you can see where it's hitting the intersections with that triangle you can see on screen. So you'll see that this happens for the remaining two that we're going to do here. And we'll just go ahead and add those in. You can see those are the two intersect points that it automatically found. Let's go ahead and add the final two in. Here's road 2. Again, we'll call this R2. And it'll automatically create the profile again and attach the typical section. And you can see more intersection points are being found as it does these. So now it starts at the intersection with the inner circle, goes through the outer circle, and then ends at the existing ground. Now we're going to do R3. Again, we'll just pick that one, and we'll call it R3. And again, R3 profile gets created. It's attached to the roads profile. It's gone through the two intersect points. And we have enough information now to go ahead and process the design. It's going to hold the edge of pavement on all of those typical sections as it does it. So we'll save it, run the process. This time it's not going to tie to existing ground. It's just going to do the roads. You can see it's already calculating those out. It is going to write out a final tin and a merge tin and a stakeout file all in this one quick process here. And as soon as it finishes and writes out the tin, we'll go look at it in the 3D viewer. So tin is written out. Let's go to the view menu and pick our 3D viewer and view a surface. And we'll pick final. And you can see here is the road network. Now it's pretty flat. I'll exaggerate it just a little bit to get a chance to see what's going on here. We can rotate around a little bit. So that's the 5 roadways all tied together without tying to existing. Let's change the setting and tie to existing now and go ahead and tie this together. We'll push the button to process and I'll run through the whole thing. This time it's going to use all of the rules in the typical section for ditches and those type of things to resolve any conflicts and again write out a new tin and we'll go ahead and look at that one as soon as it's finished in the 3D viewer. And here we go. So let's look at it in the 3D viewer. And we'll look at the final. Now you can see it's got the slopes and ties into existing ground. I'll change the exaggeration to see it a little bit better. And you can see what's going on here as it's tying in. So it's resolved all of those conflicts and everything going on in the intersection. Let's look at it in the supersonic viewer, the new viewer. This one's going to do some texturing. It's very fast. Matter of fact, it's so fast I just zoomed and looked at it from the bottom, but you can see that it's quite quick. And that's it, a roundabout in less than 10 minutes.